Wonder is the feeling of the philosopher, and philosophy begins in wonder. Knowledge which is acquired under compulsion obtains no hold on the mind. Must not all things at the last be swallowed up in death? The excessive increase of anything causes a reaction in the opposite direction. I have hardly ever known a mathematician who was capable of reasoning. Nothing can be more absurd than the practice that prevails in our country of men and women not following the same pursuits with all their strengths, and with one mind, for thus the state instead of being whole is reduced to half. The most important part of education is proper training in the nursery. Man a being in search of meaning. The learning and knowledge that we have is, at the most, but little compared with that of which we are ignorant. To suffer the penalty of too much haste, which is too little speed. One of the penalties for refusing to participate in politics is that you end up being governed by your inferiors. Good people do not need laws to tell them to act responsibly, while bad people will find a way around the laws. Music is a moral law. It gives soul to the universe, wings to the mind, flight to the imagination, and charm and gaiety to life and to everything. The first and greatest victory is to conquer yourself. To be conquered by yourself is of all things most shameful and vile. The beginning is the most important part of the work. We are twice armed if we fight with faith. Dictatorship naturally arises out of democracy, and the most aggravated form of tyranny and slavery out of the most extreme liberty. People are like dirt. They can either nourish you and help you grow as a person, or they can stunt your growth and make you wilt and die. Thinking, the talking of the soul with itself. The empty vessel makes the loudest sound. The rulers of the state are the only persons who ought to have the privilege of lying, either at home or abroad. They may be allowed to lie for the good of the state. Poets utter great and wise things which they do not themselves understand. As the builders say, the larger stones do not lie well without the lesser. Excess of liberty, whether it lies in state or individuals, seems only to pass into excess of slavery. Democracy passes into despotism. When there is an income tax, the just man will pay more, and the unjust less on the same amount of income.